Victor Wembanyama with one of the fastest double-doubles in NBA history. Double-doubles, he's in pretty elite company with the Spurs. Nobody's catching the Iceman. I don't know about George Gervin. That's the real Iceman, by the way, too. He's got 67 40-point games in a Spurs jersey. Number 2, the Admiral, Mike Mitchell, number 3, and obviously Victor's double-double here tonight. 41 points. Obviously, it was probably to be expected. I don't know about a performance like this, but especially with the Bulls missing a lot of size on the interior. Their tallest starter was Matas Buzelis at 6'8". Victor feasting in the interior. The stat line certainly living up to it. Jacob Toby and Sean Elliott. I think Victor probably putting a little late case for the MVP voters, no?
I think so. He loves playing against the Bulls. 38 points November 10th in Chicago. That game winner with about 30 seconds left from 3 for the win. And then tonight, 41 points. Also the fastest double-double in NBA history. 10 points, 10 rebounds in 8 minutes. You were surprised when I said that.
At least as far as we know, right, in the play-by-play era, but I trust it. It's Victor.
I guess
it's Victor, so yeah.
Bill Russell or Wilt could have done it back in the 60s.
We don't know, but I trust it, and Victor came out, did a great job rebounding the basketball. I thought as a team, we were a little lackadaisical to start this one. The Bulls got after us, and I thought there in the second quarter, we really started to turn around. Victor with that controlled block. We're seeing more and more of those. This is the third quarter. It was just a lob fest. Really got Victor going. And after a couple of lobs, easy dunks, he goes outside. This was emphatic. That was point 41 right there. And you put that on your MVP resume tape and make a lot of people sit up and take notice. And so, I want to see more performances. They don't have to be 41, but I want to see some more dominating performances from Victor down the stretch just to bolster his case.
Since Victor's been here, you've been calling for his teammates to give him the basketball when he's in there, make his time worthwhile. I think they did a good job of that tonight, specifically early on, Castle with the lobs.
Well, when you start throwing lobs to Victor, it's going to open up shooters on the weak side, and we saw Steph Castle get a wide open 3-ball. It was our HEB inside the game because the help defender's going to come in there. They're going to want to prevent that lob from happening. So he's going to collapse the paint. He's going to have 3 or 4 defenders around him. It's going to make it easier for guys to shoot on the perimeter. And our guys have figured that out now. Use him early and often, and it's going to open up the game for the rest of us.
3-game road trip coming up, Golden State, Clippers, and then the team you're most scared about, the Denver Nuggets. What do you think?
Denver's scary. They're really scary. And, with Jokic and Jamal Murray, when he has it going.
Yeah, 50 points a couple nights ago.
Yeah, they're tough to beat. And so I think they tweaked their team a little bit, maybe got a little bit better. Yeah. The problem with them is that they had Jokic out for a long time, so the record wasn't very good. Even though they kind of held down the fort, it's not as good as it could have been. And so they're not going to have home court advantage, doesn't look like, to start off. But to me, they're a scary ball club.
Well, they've been there and done that. They won the championship in 2023 with that core. Yep. They still have the core there.
And Jokic is a baller.
And he's a baller. No doubt about it. Absolutely. Always in the MVP discussion. But guess what? So is the Spurs guy, Victor Wembanyama, 41 Spurs guy. Victor Wembanyama, 41 points tonight. Nate, you look good tonight. I see your chain underneath your
I'm about to, these NIL deals are getting out of control, gentlemen. I'm looking at
imagine what this guy's NIL deal would have been.
Throwing you the diamond chain. You got the ice.
Right.
You guys are the Icemen over there.
Hey, Nate, I'm going to go home and lay down some tracks.
There it is. You got the Beats headphones, Sean? Is that what's going on?
I'm going to lay down some tracks, man. I feel it right now.
There it is. Featuring Sean Elliott, Jacob Toby. There's your new hook man right there, JT.
Well, yeah, I'll do the chorus, the bridge.
Your next gig, you bring in Sean. You just got to keep the chain on.
Can you see it?
Yeah, no,
Can you see it?
I got it. Next time I see you, I feel like you get back from this road trip, you're going to show up in like a fur coat, just looking all ready to go, just blazing it out with the bling, and I love it, gentlemen.
When we get home, the doors are going to be locked. Everybody's going to be like, you can't come home after that.
Thanks to Whataburger, I guess.
That was great.
I'm still waiting. I think I stole a patty melt from you when JT wasn't looking. He was looking down on the other end, and I just came in and swiped it with a burger.
That thing was illegal. It was so good.
Gentlemen, safe travels this week to the West Coast. Spurs, big winners this evening. That's 9 in a row for San Antonio as they close out the month of March.
Very big game, but look in the rearview mirror. Victor Wembanyama is coming on strong. Ever since he basically sat there and said, hey, you know what? I should be the MVP. The whole world has taken a closer look and said, you know what? He may very well be right. I'm asking you the question right now, Jay Will. SGA or Wembanyama? Who's the MVP of the league?
Right now, I have SGA, Greeny, but I do want to say this. I would love to see us finally reward the regular season. The Spurs are 2.5 games back from OKC. Can we just say whoever wins the regular season, who has the best record, ends up getting the MVP? I mean, I think you're talking about two prolific players who are extremely dominant. Obviously, Victor, one of the most dominant players in the history of basketball. But I actually want to see it be a regular season award, and I want to see it culminate with who has the better record down the stretch.
Okay, so right now they are separated by 2.5 games. Monica, if before the season began I told you OKC is going to win something like 65 games this year, what would you have said? Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Right? If I told you San Antonio is going to win something like 63 or 64 games this year, what would you have said?
I'd have been like, Gritty, what's in your coffee?
That's what I mean. Wembanyama having his team where it is, I'm not taking anything away from SGA. He's unbelievable. He's the reigning MVP, and he'll probably win another championship this year. But Wembanyama having that team where they are this year is the single biggest accomplishment of any player in this regular season.
Over what Jaylen Brown did for the Celtics.
That would be the other one to put in the conversation. But that is still a team with championship DNA and a lot of other players. And San Antonio is not. They also have, for whatever it's worth, they have 6 more wins than the Celtics do.
Oh, no, I'm just tossing that out there.
I hear
for the
you.
sake of the conversation. Here's my thing with that argument is not flawed. I think that's very legitimate. But I also think we're in this place where just because of the awe factor, nobody is talking about Defensive Player of the Year because it will go to Victor Wembanyama.
Right.
I just think when we look at what the Thunder have done, those 2.5 games matter to Jay's point, and how efficient Shai Alexander has been from the guard position. Just because it isn't as jaw-dropping doesn't mean that that's not something very much worthy of respect and an MVP.
I think it's harder what Wemby's doing than what SGA is doing. It's more difficult because we've never seen it before. Like,
He's
that's
the
what it's
biggest
about.
thing on the floor.
Yeah, okay. And how many guys his size have we ever seen do anything like that? We've had other guys 7'4" in this league.
Yeah.
Nobody does what he does. And as Greeny said, he's also doing it with a very young team around him. To me, all of that has to be part of this. That's why if you want to reward the regular season, like Jay said, which we should do, you have to reward the fact that the Spurs are way more than we thought they'd be, and he's the reason why. This goes back to the same thing of, is it best player in the league on the best team, or is it most valuable player, meaning most valuable to his team? You can make the argument, but I do agree, though, that you have to at least make it a game before the end of the season that you could take first place.
Go ahead, Jay, finish it up.
It's more difficult because it's never been done before. I don't know how I feel about that argument. Like,
come on, Jay.
Being 6'5",
Well, I mean,
being 6'5",
never been done before.
in a league full of giants, on the numbers that Shai is putting up, is ridiculous.
Come on.
I think it's boring to people, Monica, and I think people get tired of it being boring. Oh, he just does it. If from somebody who's a smaller guard, Monica can say, that's hard. When you're 7'6", I'm not taking anything away from his athletic ability and his ability to block out the sun. It's incredible. You should be dominant. Yao Ming should be dominant when he plays the game at 7'6". But I'm not going to say it's harder. It's definitely harder for Shai.
What Wemby's doing, again, you have to understand it. His size with what he's got around him. I'm talking about the agility at that size,
MVP?
the shooting touch. He's in the conversation.
I didn't say that.
He's right there. The two of them are side by side.
I'll help you.
Ask him, Monica.
I'll help you. The answer is yes. He's the MVP. All right, I have to leave it there. I'm carving out 10 minutes in the second hour.